Well, welcome back to our hardcore world. It is now, I guess, the third episode. I split that first recording into two episodes because I like to make things complicated. But today we have a new project. It is rather important for any hardcore world or any long-term survival world to get an auto smelter going, because currently these three furnaces are just not quite cutting it. So again, the spawn chunks that we messed around with last time where we built that iron farm, if you build an auto smelter there, it'll be running 24/7 versus only running when you're around it in any other chunk. So we're going to go find an area over there. Probably going to do a little bit of off-camera work to get all the redstone and the gold and the rails and whatnot that I need to actually build the auto smelter. But once we get that going, a lot of large projects require an abundance of glass. One of the first ideas that I've had to really conquer in this world is that boat that we have near the spawn, the sunken ship that we originally visited in our day 0 to 100 hardcore video. I think I want to put it in a glass bottle. I think that'd be pretty funny. I think it'd be rather fitting. A nice little, I guess, medium-sized project to wet our beaks with. So that's our deal for the day. That's our plan for the day. I'll see how much I actually include of the preparations in the video, but I guess the first step is getting over to spawn and finding a location for it. We haven't checked the iron farm since we've set it up. It's had a little bit of time to run now, so hey, look at that. Definitely not bad for just a couple days or Minecraft days of running. So one thing that we're going to require a ton of to build all the hoppers and the mechanics of the auto smelter that we're building is iron. So hopefully that will go easily. I might go ahead and set up our little auto smelting factory building over here on this little river bend. I already got a hole going, which will make it somewhat easy, and I don't really enjoy this little grove of birch trees anyway, so I think right here might be our new site. So I'm gonna get to work on that. So I know right now all this looks like is a big chunk error in the middle of spawn, but this is going to be where all of the... Get in there. This is going to be where all of the redstone and mine carts and furnaces and all that stuff is kind of buried underneath. And then hopefully, depending on how well my creative mind is working today, there will be a kind of factory building covering up the top of it. So that's this step done. Now we have to get to fleshing it all out with actual stuff. Okay, we got chests, we got railings, we got our hoppers. We are going to have to make a fair bit of random furnaces. I know I already had one in here, so let's go ahead and pop a couple of those out. So I'm going to be doing 2 sets of 16. We're going to need 32 furnaces overall, so it's not quite enough there. Okay, we need 4 more. Cobble is legitimately one of the things I don't have an insane amount of excess of. Can you make them out of cobbled deep slate? I honestly probably should know this, but hey, look at that. I should have been doing that the whole time. Cool. We got enough furnaces, hoppers, detector rails. We're going to need mine carts. That's one thing I forgot about, so let's go ahead and throw a bunch of those together. We're going to need a total of 6? No. Yes. So let's go ahead and grab 6 of these. There we go. Okay, run down the list. We got chests, rails, detector rails, powered rails, hoppers, furnaces, mine carts, hoppers for those mine carts. We can craft some redstone torches. I think I have a bunch of random redstone tidbits in my redstone shulker box. Yeah, oh, there we go. I'm an idiot, but that's fine. Let me go ahead and toss all this in here. I probably am going to need a bit more of those. We'll see. We're going to go ahead and craft a couple of those just to have that. But honestly, I think we're 2 sticky pistons. I'm going to need 2 more of those. I think I have... Yeah, beautiful. Do I have regular pistons in here? Perfect. Okay, I think we are actually prepared now. This should be plenty to get us going. Got all the furnaces in there. Alright, let's head back and start the actual building process. I guess you can call it loading station. What it does is it makes sure that any sort of minecart that's picking up items to then dispense across the furnace lines we're going to set up is fully loaded. So we're going to make sure that's all set up. We're going to have 2 sets of them, one going left and one going right. So I'm going to throw those all together, hopefully without having to look up how they work 7 different times. If I did this correctly, which that's a big if, now this should be a functioning loading station that won't allow things to pass unless they are fully loaded. So we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. So if we put these on the tracks and put them in their little loading spot, there we go, should get stuck. Same with this one. Okay, so now they are both empty, so they don't want to leave because they are empty. So if we throw things in these chests right here, once it is fully emptying the chest and this comparator reads that signal, they should be released. So let's go ahead and throw that in there. So once that's fully loaded, yep, pulls back the fence gate, has all the items in it. Beautiful. So this is our first main chunk of this build, which is going to power a lot of how it works. These 2 chests, I guess it's the same mechanism going to be mirrored on both sides. So one chest is going to be full of stuff that needs to be cooked. The other chest is going to be full of stuff that's going to fuel the furnaces. They're going to get into these mine carts and then go through multiple lines of furnaces down here. And then eventually we're going to have a mine cart that collects all of the output and spits them out roughly where we're standing over here. I have, again, a rough schematic in my head we're working off of, and we're just going to make that happen. So, but it is night, so let's sleep real quick and then get to the next step. Alrighty, so the auto smelting factory building whatnot is about 95% done. I imagine we'll do some gussying up to the sides and whatnot on the outside, make a pathway, all that fun stuff. The inside is a little bare. I imagine I could put more in here, maybe decorate it just a little bit more, but for now this works. I very much enjoy the glass floors. It allows you to see inside, and looks like an Enderman has placed a random sand block there. That's fun. But as stated earlier, these 2 chests, you put in what you need to cook and the fuel to cook it. It would go through these wonderful machines and then pop out here on the other side. So a lot of work for, I don't know, a very simple mechanism, I guess you can call it, but this will certainly fuel a lot of projects moving forward, especially that glass boat in a bottle that I want to build out there. That's going to require a lot of glass, which we will certainly pump through this machine. So overall, kind of a smaller project. Don't know if it'll be a full video or however that will work, but it is done. It is completed. It certainly isn't my favorite looking building. This is my first attempt at doing a like strange industrial semi-modern look, and I have small complaints about it. I imagine I might mess with it a little bit more. I also spent a fair amount of time, if you're looking at the day counter, messing with the iron farm. I've learned, since you can see like I spawned all the way out there, after a lot of fiddling, that the fertility hole, which is over here, which has about 6 or 7 villagers in it, I think is piggybacking off of the actual like iron golem farm spawner pod, and it's counting these villagers as part of that pod, and then it's extending the range out to be able to spawn them way out here. So to fix the problem of the golems spawning farther out, I just have to move the fertility hole, which is not that hard, but just something I didn't want to mess with. But one of my attempts to stop the golems from spawning was putting farmland all around because they can't spawn on farmland. So did that. It's about halfway done. I don't know if I like the look. Might change it. Might, I don't know, do something with it. I don't know where you spawn, sir. I don't know. They're causing me stress, but that's fine. Let's go take a quick look. I've been taking some iron out of the farm just to keep certain projects going, but let's take a quick glance, see how it's going. Not bad. Not bad. Got about maybe 2 rows of iron out of it so far. That's very good, very good, very solid rates. Don't think I'm going to be using all of that anytime soon, but nice to know. But yeah, that would more or less lead us off. I'm getting much more used to using this inverted third-person camera. I mean, like, if I'm going to make YouTube videos, I guess I got to get used to it. But spawn chunks are getting much more presentable, a lot more useful and efficient. I don't know where those guys are going, but that's fine. So now we have an auto smelter, the iron farm. We got some nether hub action going on, though it definitely requires a bit of a makeover. It's just portals kind of jammed wherever they need to be. But yeah, so I don't know what the next project is, but this one is done. It's in the books and it is recorded. So anyway, if you liked the video and you like the building and enjoy the little story we got going on here, appreciate a like, a subscription, whatever you want to throw my way. But that will be it.